Hello guys, this is Hassan from HDFX, and I would like to update the Euro US dollar again, of course, now that the move actually did a little bit different stuff, okay? This is the last analysis that I actually did, okay? And when we did it, we were somewhere around, I think, here, okay? And this is the ABC X wave, and it does look like the market is now going for the second correction, okay? So let's explain the situation, how it can happen. So we have the first ABC, okay? After when? After this on the big degree is finished, and we have the wave A um, of the wave A of the zigzag, okay? Now, after the wave A of the zigzag, we have the wave B, and then we have the wave C. Now, the little problem with this about this analysis is actually it is pretty hard to figure out exactly where the B wave has finished, okay? Now, for this, let's go actually for the 4-hour chart, okay? And let's try to identify a little bit more this where this can finish, okay? So, if this is the wave A, it means that we need on the lower degree something like this. So, wave 1, okay? I will not go a little bit smaller because then it will be hard for you to figure that, but I will just change the color. So this should be the wave 1, okay? This should be the wave 2. This should be the wave 3. This should be the wave 4. And this should be the wave 5, okay? Now, maybe the wave 5 is not done here, but here. The wave 5, by the way, does look like a terminal move, okay? So if that is the end of wave A, then maybe the end of the E wave can be here as well, okay? So this can be a little bit more adjusted when you go to lower time frames. And also what you should do is to draw 2 to 4 trend line, which is important, okay? Like this. This should be the end of the second wave. Fourth wave, the price action breaks it, that kind of stuff. But after this, now this move here, okay, the B wave, so-called B wave, of course, this move is pretty hard to figure out actually where it really finished. And I did try a couple of times to get a count here, but I'm not so sure. I cannot be so sure where it really ended, okay? Now, my guess, probably somewhere around here. We have some type of a double flat pattern here, if you ask me. Some type of double flat or double combination that it ended somewhere around here. Now, if that is the case, then this is the end. If this is the end, then on this degree we have to figure out where our impulsive move can go. Now, here's the deal. If this is like this, now can we say it like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, okay? And let's have the fifth wave, okay? Now, can we put the C wave here? Now, for this, we need an extension in the C wave, for the C wave, okay? So, to be able to learn the extension, we have to take this. This is the length of first wave, okay? So, this is the length of the first wave. And this is the length of fifth wave. Now, I will not take the length of third wave because you can see that the length of this is the fifth wave and this is the first wave. Now, as you can see, the first wave is a little bit bigger because you can see that this is the only option that we have, that this is the extended wave, okay? So what I'm gonna do is take the fib level for the first wave because the first wave is the second largest one, and take 161.8 out of it and put it on the top of the second one. As you can see, we have the extension here, which is good, which is what we can consider as the end of the C wave. Now, if that is the case, then we should take the time taken for wave A to form and put it on the B wave. Now, the trick here, okay, the problem in this analysis here, that we have a little bit time problem, okay? We have a little bit time problem. But maybe this was the end of the fifth wave. Okay, we should consider something a little bit like this. If that's the situation, then maybe we can make this time a little bit smaller. Okay, but still we have this, and for this alone I have a little bit question marks on my mind, but I cannot just ignore it because of this. Okay, because other than this, this chart looks good. Now after this, what did market do? Well, after this, let's actually go back to the daily chart. Okay, so after this move, what the market has done is actually it did an X wave. Now on this time, the reason why I came back to this time frame, look, on this time frame you cannot see the triangle, but if you go back to the 4-hour chart, you can see that what X wave has done. Okay, if this is the fifth wave, okay, and this is the end of the C wave, the first thing we should have done is draw 0 to B trend line. Now when you draw the 0 to B trend line like so, you have to measure this. This is the length of the C wave. You should put it on the right side, and you have to ask yourself this question: is this A, B, C is a simple correction or no? If it's a simple correction, then whatever this degree was ended a degree here. And what can happen? Well, it cannot be a wave 1, it cannot be a wave 3, it cannot be a wave 5, but it can be a wave A, okay? Or it can be some other corrective wave. It can be a wave A of a flat, it can be a wave B of a flat, it can be wave A of a of wave B of a zigzag, it can be a part of triangle, all that stuff. These are the possibilities, okay? But because we start with a corrective move here with ABC, it cannot be a 1, 3, or 5, okay? Or a wave A of a zigzag, or wave C of a zigzag, or wave C of a flat, on that matter, okay? Now, the price action after the completion of the C wave should have come down and broken the 0 to B trend line and came back all the way to the B wave if this ABC was a simple correction by itself, okay? But look, as you can see, market didn't do that. When market doesn't do that, what it means that we have an X wave. This is why I wrote this X wave here, okay? Now, if this is the case, okay, then what we should do is we should try to label the X wave, okay? So, if this is the X wave, where did this X wave finish? Well, this X wave actually can be something like this. It can be a wave A here, okay, a wave B here, and a wave C here. Now, if this was the case, then we should have called this flat with a C failure, okay? But look at the C wave. Now, it can be a terminal move, I agree, but the price action didn't come back all the way to the B wave in due time. This is why we cannot expect nothing but a triangle here as an X wave, because it is not a simple correction here. It cannot be a simple correction in the way this ABC is a flat with a failure. So this is why this is probably the stuff that we should be looking for. By the way, this I made a mistake here. All of this is one lower degree. What is our lower degree? Well, this is it. So it was the wave. Sorry, this is the wave A, wave B, wave C, wave D, and a wave E. Now, if that is the end of the X wave, it means that we have this ABC as a zigzag, yes? So we have the zigzag so far. This ABC. And now we have, after our zigzag, we have the X wave. Now, the thing that makes a great Elliott wave trader than someone just throwing out labels is the fact that you have to know now the possibilities that you have. Okay, now I can only say these possibilities, of course, if my idea is true here. Okay, if it's true, then I can give you an option. If it's not true, I'm sorry, then it means that I have wasted your time. But if this idea is true, then now you have certain possibilities. Now what are they? Well, after the zigzag, we can have another zigzag. That is an option. Okay, then in that case we would call this pattern a double zigzag, and if after the double zigzag the idea is finished, then I will put this degree here on the top of this double zigzag, and I will say now we should go to the downside. Okay, now that is a possibility. The other possibility, now that we have the zigzag and the x wave, we can make a flat now. Okay, after this we can make a zigzag with an x wave and then a triangle. Now, in these cases, we so far that I showed you 3 examples, and these 3 examples are only showing me the complex corrections with one x wave. Okay, so you have 3 options here already, but you can have not one x wave but 2 x wave as well. You cannot have 3 x waves, but you can have 2 x waves as well. If you will have the 2 x waves, it means that you will be dealing with the patterns called triple combinations. You can have a triple combination or you can have a triple zigzag. Okay, so at this point of time, this is the trick that everyone should know. At this point of time, even though if this is correct, I or no one can tell you which one of these possibilities is going to be which one. We don't know. No one can know. Okay, this is the trick that you should never forget in your mind. Okay, these are the options just for this scenario alone. Okay, these are the options for this scenario alone. Now, which one the market will do, I or no one can know. Okay, but of course you can use some tools to try to understand it, like what extension the market will go, or this like this other stuff that we use, which I will look at it as well. Okay, but for the Elliott perspective solely, there is no way that we know it. Okay, now these are the correct complex corrections that can happen with only one x wave. Let's try to write down what we can have with the double 2x wave. So we can have another zigzag now, and then we can have an x wave, and then we can have another zigzag. Now it's interesting for me. I like it so much that when I see this Elliott, I am not complaining, but these patterns are all in the book, and no one seems to be using them. They just think that everything is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and ABCs, and maybe sometimes ABCD triangles or diagonals. That's it. Well, it's not that simple, guys. I'm sorry. You have all these options. Where's this double tree patterns? No, you almost never see them. Double tree combinations, never. Triple zigzag, double zigzags, no. They only think that it's so simple. Well, I'm sorry, it doesn't work like this. Also, let's go. We can have a zigzag, we can have an X wave, we can have another zigzag, and we can have an X wave, and then can have a triangle. Now the first one is called triple zigzag, zigzag, X, zigzag, X, zigzag. Now we can have a zigzag, X, zigzag, X, triangle. Now in this type, it's called a triple combination. Now I will write here another triple combination as well. X and a triangle. And this is another type that can happen for the for the triple combination. So now that we did the zigzag, we did the X wave, we may have a flat and then another X wave and a triangle. Okay, these are all options. Okay, so I hope this makes sense, guys. And now it's the waiting game. Okay, for this chart, now it's the waiting game. Now let's look at a bit on the bigger time frame to see what's going on. Okay, now on the bigger time frame, we actually had if I clear this chart, okay, on the bigger time frame, we had this trend line which we were thinking that it would hold, but as you can see, it didn't hold. It did come back and retest, and now it's going. Okay, so for this we should be careful. Now the other trend line is actually, it's important, can be considered something like here. Okay, market actually can go to around these places. Okay, this is a place that, okay, it's so far away right now, I know, but when the time comes, if the markets come there, this will not be a place to be long anymore. Okay, so the market is actually making a run towards this uh, truncated zigzag that I did explain before. Okay, if this goes all the way up here, then this will be this zone here will be a resistance. If the market can actually break it, then this, and probably the next would be this. Okay, this is what I would think. Okay, and let's actually no, that's enough. Okay, guys, thank you so much. I hope this makes sense, and see you on with another different analysis. Okay, bye bye.